if you can understand people's thoughts, it might help people who say can't speak, and then digital technology can be used to give them a voice. I suppose on the more negative side, it might be used by, say, governments or corporations as a form of surveillance to keep an eye on what people are doing, and they might not want that. My name is Laurie Smith, I'm Head of Foresight Research at Nesta, and I've written a signal on neuroprivacy. A really interesting advance has happened in May this year, where a combination of artificial intelligence and fMRI, which is functional magnetic resonance imaging, was used to scan people's brain and get some idea of what they're thinking. There are some laws around it. In fact, just after the Second World War, there was the UN Declaration of Universal Human Rights, which included a right of freedom to thought. But that hasn't necessarily been considered much in practice, in part because the technology hasn't been there to allow you to look into people's minds. So you've had this theoretical right, but it hasn't necessarily become manifest in practice. But now, with lots of technological advances, it's started to become possible, so experts and lawyers and academics and human rights experts are having a think about, well, what does this mean in practice, and how do we convert that into laws to specifically tackle this issue to allow both technological advance or benefit people, but also tackle any challenges like surveillance, which I mentioned. I understand that there are headsets that look at electrical activity in people's brains. Now that's a bit different than the functional magnetic resonance imaging that I mentioned, but you can look at electrical activity and sort of see people's emotional states, whether they're tired. So that might be useful, say, with lorry drivers or people who work in construction, because obviously people are getting a bit tired, then they could potentially be a risk to others. So that technology, some sorts of that technology are already out there. I don't think trying to get inside people's heads is a new thing. The Spanish Inquisition hundreds of years ago tried to work out what people think. I think what has changed is mainly that there have been rapid technological advances that allow us to do that with greater precision. And secondly, there are at least the starts of thoughts around how that might be regulated and having some laws around that.